So there's 3 panels and 5 walls. How does that work? Does this thing have tape on the inside to hold the seam together? Tent stakes would go in here underneath the little rain skirt. It looks like mine's hiding right now. Wind panel first, then the guy line. Got it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Varsity Overland channel. Right now I'm gathering a few of my camping items and just inspecting them for a trip that I'm taking this weekend to West Virginia with Jeremy from AT4 Overland Bound. I'm going to throw his tag to his YouTube channel somewhere up in one of the corners here. But I'm gathering some of my items together, and one of the things I'm pulling out is the G5 Gazebo from Gazelle. I recently put out a video for that. You can head on over to my channel or click this link. Maybe it'll be up there for that video. But I remembered during that video I made for the G5 Gazebo, I never really included any information about the wind panels. I did address the fact that there are wind panels, but I didn't show you how to install them. So today I figured, while I'm gathering everything up and I'm taking stuff out of my garage to throw into the bed of the truck, one of those items is going to be the wind panels, and I could take a few minutes to show you how to install them. So it was interesting, when I purchased the G5 Gazebo, it came with the wind panels included. There was like a little sale for this bundle, and that's pretty much how they were. They weren't in their own specific packaging. They were just folded up like this inside the big Gazelle bag for the gazebo, and they're currently resting on top of our iCamper, which has not seen a whole lot of love since we got back from Colorado. So sorry about that, iCamper. But we're going to take a look at these and also address the fact that they didn't give us 4 wind panels to cover all the walls. They only gave us 3. Well, that was pretty easy. Now, I did mention there were only 3 wall panels or 3 wind panels that came with the Gazelle Gazebo. That is not a mistake as far as Gazelle's concerned. I did talk to a couple other people who have this same gazebo, and they only send 3 wind panels, which I kind of find interesting because that doesn't fully enclose the entire gazebo. The only reason that I can think of, only logical reason I can think of as to why they wouldn't include 4 wind panels or even 5 wind panels is because they want to allow some sort of airflow to come through the gazebo. I personally would rather have the entire gazebo enclosed. I'd rather have 4 or even 5 wind panels. When I go camping this weekend with Jeremy down in West Virginia, he's got a Gazelle Gazebo as well. He has 3 walls, I have 3 walls. We're probably just gonna pop up one of the gazebos and then combine our walls to completely cover the entire thing, because it's gonna be cold. So what I'm gonna do now is take you around the gazebo and show you exactly how to install these wind panels using the bungee elastics that they give you and also the Velcro that's around the outside. If you would like to see a whole review, my initial impressions, and even partial unboxing of this gazebo, take a look at my G5 5-sided gazebo video on my YouTube channel that I posted probably 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point. That goes a little bit more in depth than what you're going to see today. So a few more items that I'd like to mention really quick. If you are planning on using the walls or the wind panels on your gazebo, chances are it could be windy, so you're trying to block the wind. And if it's windy, I'm definitely going to recommend that you stake down the corners and you use the guy lines. And all of that can be found in this little pouch that comes with your Gazelle Gazebo. You might notice that I also don't have the support poles up at the entrance of the gazebo. Normally I would definitely put those in, but for the sake of this quick tutorial, I didn't bother doing it. So inside this little pouch, we have the tent stakes, and we also have the guy lines. Tent stakes would go in here underneath the little rain skirt. So this is one of the little loops that your tent stake would go in, and then you're going to use your guy lines here on the outside of this X piece, this hub on the side wall. And because of the way that the wind panels are installed, which you'll see in a second, I'm going to recommend that you install the wind panel first before you do the guy line, just because the panel actually has to fit around this loop here, this little component. So I would put on the wind panel first before you use the guy line there. The tent stake doesn't really make a difference. You could do it before or you could do it after. So other than the guy lines and the stakes, the only other thing you need to be aware of is where all of your Velcro pieces are around the outside walls, because some of them are hiding beneath the rainfly. All right, so now I'm going to install one of these walls so you can see how it's done. Question is, do I do it in real time or do I speed it up? I guess we'll see how long it takes. Piece of cake. So the wind panel is very easy to set up once you, of course, get it separated from the other wind panels that you get, because they're all Velcroed together. I would start by using the little elastic hook here to attach to the D-ring that's in the top corner as well as the bottom corner. And then after that, you can start with the top Velcro beneath the cover on the rainfly. It does get a little tricky if you put down too many Velcro pieces without fishing the handle through the center loop here. So I would maybe just do the corners, the top corners, the center, and then the rest of the Velcros. But yeah, I mean, this is it essentially. Every wall panel that you put on is going to be established the same way, and they're going to pretty much look the same way. The only thing I want to note is the bottom does not have any Velcro. It just comes down lower than the Gazelle logo, so the mesh screen isn't exposed at all. It comes down low enough to shed the water, block the wind, whatever you're using it for. The only other thing I want to mention, and I didn't notice this until I started pulling them apart, is it looks like there's some sort of taping used on the back side of the stitching here. And I can see that this stitch looks a little poorly done. I also noticed the taping on the back side of these stitches here as well. So I checked the other wind panel, that one, and the one I already set up, and they all have that tape on the back. Little interesting to me, considering the price point of Gazelle products. I wonder if that's more of a quality control thing or what. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you notice taping on yours as well. I don't know a whole lot about the manufacturing of tents, so if you do, definitely comment down below. So yeah, this is what we got, our G5 5-sided gazebo with the 3 wind panels used to enclose it. I'm definitely going to use it this weekend when I go camping, and probably get some footage of the entire gazebo being enclosed by my wind panels combined with Jeremy's wind panels as well. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you have experience with the G5 gazebo and the wind panels? And remember, if you want a more in-depth review of this gazebo along with like how to set it up and my initial impressions, head on over to my channel, and while you're there, you might be interested in my entire playlist dedicated to the Gazelle products, because I also have a Gazelle T4 hub tent, which is amazing. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate the view as always, and I'll see you next time, people. Peace.